crazy. Okay. Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to see you again. It's been a long time. My name's Deb Podlager. I live in Kentucky in the United States and stopped drinking on December 31st, 2020. Just wanted to take a little break, wanted to take a little pause and evaluate my drinking. And I felt so good. I just kept going. I've been sharing on Instagram under my Instagram handle is mocktail.mom. So that's where I post a lot of stuff on there and TikTok and just have a good time sharing the fun of being alcohol free and the good things there are to drink. So really that's my mission is just to help people understand there's still good things to drink and the fun is not over.
Exactly. And your Instagram is fantastic. You used to have sessions where we would join you and make mocktails live, and that was so great.
It was really fun.
Yeah, because we all worry, don't we? Oh, the fun is over now. That's certainly what I thought when I had to give up. But the fun is just starting, really, isn't it?
You're right. We're just getting started for sure.
I remember from your story that you were a bit of a late starter when it came to drinking. I got stuck in when I was a teenager, but you were much older than that, weren't you?
I was. It wasn't until my 40s I went through a divorce and late 30s, 40s, and just started drinking a lot more than I ever had. Alcohol could take it or leave it. Wine would collect dust in my house. But when I was going through my divorce, my girls would go to their dad's for the weekend. That was when I would drink more than I intended to, for sure. I would say, oh, I'm just going to have a glass of wine. And it would end up being the whole bottle.
Yeah, that's a familiar story, certainly when the kids go away and you're on your own at the week.
Yeah.
And when did you start to worry about it, Deb? When did you think, oh, this might get a bit out of hand here?
Probably, oh gosh, just waking up and not feeling good, waking up in the middle of the night and okay, well, the room is spinning. So it was definitely earlier on of that time, but that small voice that was like in my mind, I shouldn't be drinking so much, or I'm drinking more than I wanted to. I just tried to ignore that. I was like, I don't have a problem. I don't need to go to AA. That was in my head. It was like, I felt like that would be like, so I'm not there. So I must not have a problem. What I was struggling with, I was really in that middle zone, that gray area drinking. I didn't know what that was, but I felt like I don't have a problem. I just am drinking more than I want to. But so that's pretty early on, but it took me a good decade of kind of ups and downs and taking maybe a little break here and there, but always going back to it. I would always have more than I wanted to.
Yeah, that's fairly typical time span, actually. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that study to you that the Tempest did. They're a recovery group and they asked hundreds of people who are in recovery. They said, how long was the period since the moment when you thought, I've got a bit of a problem here and I've got to do something, and the moment when you actually reached out for help and did something? And they took all the answers and then they took an average, and it was 11 years. It certainly surprised me when I first heard that, but then I thought the whole of my 50s, I was trying to cut down, failing, trying to cut down, failing. So there's almost this contemplation phase, isn't it? When we know we've got to do something, but we're not really got our heart into it. Consequently, we keep failing. But yeah, I think that if anyone's listening to this and they've got that dialogue in their head, oh, I'm a bit worried about my drinking. It's not really how much you're drinking, is it? But if it's on your mind, then do something about it and you'll be so much happier and clearer in your thoughts if you get rid of it, I think.
You're exactly right. No, that's exactly right. It's not a matter of how much you're drinking. It's what's that dialogue you're telling yourself. Yeah.
You didn't go to AA. What did you do?
I did an online program. It was just like an email program, an email series that I received. And I wanted to take the month of January off in 2021. So 2020, probably most people's drinking cranked up. Mine certainly did. And so the very last day of 2020, I was like, I can't take it anymore. And so I did this just like a little online program of taking a little break from alcohol. And I really just wanted to take a break. I just wanted to be able to moderate. I wanted to go back down my drinking had been where like I could have a glass of wine at a restaurant, not even finish it, not think about it. There was a lot of head noise about alcohol. I wanted that to quiet down. And so taking a break, I just felt so good. I was like, maybe if I did this whole month, maybe I can do 50 days. Or maybe I just set another goal. It was like, maybe I could get through February. Maybe I get through a whole month of February. I couldn't believe I had done it. Like, I didn't think I was even going to make it that first weekend. But connecting with other women, especially at that time, who were also taking a little break was very encouraging to me. That was probably the best part of that, was just, yeah, just the community of other women. It was a female program. And so just connect with other women who were also evaluating their
Yeah.
drinking.
It makes a huge difference, doesn't it? But it's so interesting, isn't it, that you used to be able to just have a glass here and there, and sometimes you wouldn't even finish a glass. Wow, how does that work? And then you got stuck into it and developed a dependence, and you couldn't go back. That's what I say to people that say, can you teach me how to moderate? And I tell them, once you've crossed that line into dependence, there's no going back. You just go forward, do the work, and make a beautiful new lifestyle for yourself.
Yeah. I think it's easier now. It's easier right now not drinking at all than if I was trying to moderate.
Yeah.
I wanted to moderate, but I don't have to think about, oh, if he has another glass, then I'll have another glass, or if he orders another one, or when we get home, do I want, that's gone. And it's from just having this decision of, okay, I'm not going back. That girl is gone. She's gone. Train left that station. Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes life so much simpler, doesn't it? Yeah, we say to people, make the decision and then NQTD, never question the decision. And that kind of keeps you on track until it gets easier and easier. And then just like you said, after your 1 month, you felt good. So why not get it going a little bit longer? And the longer we go, the more benefits we get, and the less we feel like going back to that place where we wake up in the night and the room's spinning and we always feel a bit below par, because you do get used to feeling not so great all the time, but there's no reason why we should. So
That's very true. No, that's very true. Yep.
Yeah. So how many years now have you been alcohol free?
So 4.5. Yes. December 31st will be 5 years. That's unbelievable. I didn't think I'd make it to the first weekend. I'm not kidding when I say that. I'm accidentally sober. Very much. I did not expect this.
You'd have to put in a bit of work, I think.
For sure. Yes, for sure. Didn't happen easily. Yes.
So give us your top 3 benefits of alcohol-free living.
Okay. I think the one I just mentioned actually is just not having to think about it. I know that sounds, I go into a store, I'm not thinking, should I grab a bottle? There's none of that head chatter. It's just gone. My mind is a lot quieter. That is a huge benefit. I didn't realize how much space that was taking up. It's almost like when you're watching the news, you're watching the person talk, and they always have that ticker at the bottom, like with the headlines or the breaking news. That was like how my brain was all the time. It was like there was whatever was going on in life or wherever we were doing something, there was always that little ticker of, do I have a bottle of wine at home? What do I have left? Always that chatter. So that's gone.
That's a great analogy. I love it. I'm going to use that.
It's a huge benefit. Isn't that what it was like? It was like that constant flow. So that's gone. And then not waking up in the morning with a U-Haul of shame, not dragging that around all day. That feeling of waking up and being like, oh my gosh, I did it again. Like I said, I was going to have one. I said I was going to sit and have a glass of wine. And then next thing I know, it turned into 3 and I feel horrible. So not having a U-Haul of shame, dragging that around every day. And then just being able to trust myself, just knowing that like at 11 o'clock at night, if my daughter calls and she's out and needs a ride or there's a problem, I'm available, or I can trust myself to get on Facebook at midnight. I'm not going to make comments on people's posts that then the next day I'll be like, who wrote that? Oh, you did. Yeah. So being able to trust myself, I think is a huge benefit. Obviously then physical health things too, but that's probably the mental and relational things that come to mind.
And a bit like myself, your whole life has changed, hasn't it? Because of your Mocktail Mom business. Talk to us about your day-to-day life and what you focus on most and what you love most.
I love making videos. Like I love sharing, again, like the fun. There's still good things to drink, sharing videos. Like we just had the Kentucky Derby here. So I made a bunch of Kentucky Derby drinks on Instagram. So that's a lot of fun. I have a membership of just women who get together for mocktails. We have a mocktail happy half hour, I call it. So it's just a place each week to connect over Zoom and share a mocktail together and just be encouraged. Again, the fun's not over. Like this month, we're doing non-alcoholic bourbon drinks, non-alcoholic whiskey drinks. Last month, we did non-alcoholic gin drinks. Next month, we're doing non-alcoholic drinks that have no spirits in them, alcohol-free spirits, so just more traditional mocktails. That's been a lot of fun. I have a podcast called Thriving Alcohol Free with Mocktail Mom. So that's my podcast. And then 2025 was my second year doing it, hosting the Mocktail Summit. Janet, this was so much fun. I couldn't get this out of my head. Like for about 2 years, it was like rolling through my head. I want to do something where I can bring together people to meet other mixologists, mocktail influencers, and get connected. So I started hosting this event called the Mocktail Summit. It's all online. And it's just where people can log in and basically just follow along video series. They get recipes and ideas, tips and tricks of what to drink, because it can be very overwhelming in the beginning. It's, what am I going to drink? You still want to have that ritual of having a glass of something or making something in the evening, but you don't want to have the consequences. You want to change the ingredients.
I thought your Mocktail Summit looked amazing. You've got so many people there.
So yeah, I'll do it again for sure in January 2026. I think maybe this year I might do the Mocktail Summit later in January. So,
well, make sure you let us know. We find out that on your website, don't we? And
yes, mocktailmom.com is my website, mocktailmom.com. Thank you.
What tips would you have for somebody that wants to give up drinking, but they're just completely overwhelmed at the very thought? They can't imagine getting through a week, never mind a year without drinking. What would you say to them?
I would say for sure, don't think about like, this is going to be a year, or I'm never going to have another drink again, or just focus on right now. So right now you're not drinking. You just make a small commitment. Maybe I want to take a week off. I'm going to take this weekend off, get plugged in to a community, get plugged in with Janet's community for sure, but meet other people so that you're not doing it alone. You're not the only one who's walked this road, and don't think too far ahead, because that's what gets overwhelming. I remember thinking like, what am I going to drink at my daughter's wedding? What am I going to do if I go to Italy? I don't even have to worry about that right now. So don't worry about that. Just focus on a small goal and see how you feel, because maybe you're going to feel great. You can't even imagine how good you're going to feel, and your whole life is going to change.
Numbers that have been sober for years, we had no idea how good it was going to get, did we? I just thought we'll feel a bit healthier, but I didn't realize my entire life was going to change. It's amazing. I must tell you a funny story about daughter's wedding. I was coaching this lady, and she was in that place, you know, where she's like, oh, what, am I never going to drink again? And I said, oh, at Tribe Sober, we never use the F word. We never say forever. Bits, exactly like you said. And she said, yeah, but I keep thinking about my daughter's wedding. But I can't even have a glass of champagne at my daughter's wedding. So I thought, this wedding must be around the corner, so let me help her strategize for it and take alcohol-free bubbly and all that. And I said, when is this wedding? And she says, oh, not for a while. My daughter's only 6.
That's a perfect example. That is a perfect example, right? I have no plans to go to Italy, but in my head, I was like, what am I going to drink when I go to Italy? Like, I don't have plane tickets or passport. Right. Like, it'll all be fine. It actually all does work out. It really just naturally, beautifully works out. You do the work, but it does work out. And you can't imagine how it works out, but it does.
Yeah, we have to trust the universe. A lot of people don't get started because they have all these kind of blockages, and they think, oh, I've got to be perfect from day one. We do challenges, and if it's a 30-day challenge, I just say to them, you've got to track it here. Just see how many alcohol-free days you can get out of 30. Maybe only 5, but if that's 5 more than you would normally get, that's a win. So I think we have to see the big picture and go towards it slowly.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah. Breast cancer. We're both breast cancer survivors, aren't we? I went for a mammogram the other day, and obviously I was nervous, like one always is. But I always feel these days that if there is something wrong, it's not my fault. It's not that I've been bringing this upon myself like I felt when I first got it. And I think that is a comfort. And you know that if there is a problem, your immune system is healthy and you'll have a better chance at survival. I had mine in 2006. I had no clue there was a link between drinking and breast cancer. Did you when you got it?
I got diagnosed in 2016. I definitely knew it wasn't good for me, but I was in the height of my drinking at the time. I would have chemo. So it would be like 3 weeks between chemos. And the first week after chemo, I felt horrible. Second week, like coming back to life. And then that third week, you start feeling better again before you basically go again for another round. Right? Let me bring back all the fun memories. And then by that third week, I was like, oh, now I can drink. I feel better. So literally, here I'm in the middle of chemo drinking wine because it was my habit. But I didn't really realize the link. But I knew it's poison you're putting in your body. I might as well just gone to the gas station, taken the gas pump and put it in my mouth. That's basically what you're doing. Yeah. But for sure, I agree with you. I definitely helped fuel the breast cancer by all my drinking. It didn't do anything to help. So now I feel like, yes, I'm definitely so much healthier, so much healthier. So I'd be able to fight something a lot better.
And do you think that the news is getting out in the public domain a bit more these days about that link?
It seems like people are talking about it more. There's definitely been more articles about it and things like that, more research into it. And I feel like the attitude of sobriety is changing. It's definitely changed, even since I stopped drinking. People are much more open to it. It's, oh, great. Oh, I'll go to yoga and I don't drink. Like they get it now. So I feel like it's much more understood. And maybe the link between our own health and how alcohol is impacting it is getting out there more.
Yeah, yeah. Because the amount that you can drink is quite low, isn't it? What is it? 3 glasses of wine a week raises your risk by 15%. That's what I remember. It's
really, and 3 glasses is like 3 5-ounce glasses.
Yep.
They're tiny glasses. They're not like the typical wine glass that we're all pouring. No, I was doing that in 1 glass.
like eye wash.
Yes, exactly.
So it's good that things are changing. And certainly the younger people, they're not that passionate about alcohol. It's very interesting. In the UK now, something like 25% of people between 18 and 25, they never touch it. They don't drink. And
Amazing.
it's quite cool not to drink for the young ones.
You're right. I think it is. Yeah, that's definitely the trend, is that it's a lot cooler to not drink.
Yeah. And the stigma of sobriety is definitely lifting. When I was in my first few months, I was ashamed of it. I'd be in the corner somewhere, wherever I was, with my alcohol-free drink, thinking, oh, please don't ask me what I'm drinking, anybody, or why don't you drink?
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. And now,
Oh, same.
oh, come on, ask me why I'm not drinking.
It's so true. Oh, I didn't want anybody to notice that I wasn't drinking. I didn't want them to notice I wasn't ordering a Chardonnay at dinner, because I always did. I was like, please, nobody notice. Yeah, I didn't want anybody to ask me about it. Now. I feel the same way. Please, I'd love to talk about this. Yeah.
So you've got a book as well, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a recipe book. It came out in November. It's called The Happiest Hour.
Oh,
Delicious mocktails for a fabulous mom's night in. So just encouraging people to be able to make drinks at home. You could be a mom of fur babies. You don't have to be a traditional mom.
exactly, exactly. Are you still doing those boxes? I think you were just starting your Mocktail Mom box when we last spoke.
So funny. So I did a couple of them, and I have one on my website right now. It's just like for a mocktail mule, but I do have a box that is available for sale. And I have some mocktail merch, cute little sweatshirts, and just fun stuff to encourage people. Yeah.
Yeah, we've just started on the merch.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
With
Okay.
mugs, and we've got t-shirts saying sobriety is a superpower and
Awesome.
that kind of thing on it.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's good. Are you going to give us a recipe? Have you got one?
Oh, would you like one? Okay, yeah, sure. Yes. Actually, here, okay, I'm going to give you one. This is the one that's on the back cover. So the publisher, they actually are the ones that decided all of the artwork and everything. I just did the recipes. But so they decided actually the recipe on the front cover is in honor of my mom. My mom was a cosmopolitan drinker. She's more of a wine drinker, but she wasn't even really a drinker. But if she had something to drink, it was a cosmopolitan. Ironically, that's the recipe that they put on the cover of the book. But the one that's on the very back is in honor of my daughter, Lily. That's called Lily's Lavender Royale. So let me find the exact recipe and I'll tell it to you. It is good. It's like a French 75, but a lavender, page 84. So yeah, the book is available on Amazon. It's called The Happiest Hour. This is Lily's Lavender Royale. So you're going to take 1.5 ounces of non-alcoholic gin. You're going to put this in a cocktail shaker. 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. 1/2 ounce of lavender syrup. And then if you have lavender bitters, you could use a couple dashes of lavender bitters. You're going to shake that up, pour it into a coupe glass, like a little coupe glass there. And then you're going to top it with some non-alcoholic sparkling water or sparkling champagne or something, like some bubbles. Prosecco or something.
That sounds delicious.
It's so good. It is so good. I wasn't a cocktail drinker. I was just a wine girl. So to be able to have these drinks now is it's so much fun. Yeah. It's so fun.
And how do you create the recipes? Do you just experiment until you get the right quantities and tastes?
Yeah, we did. And actually Lily helped me. She tasted all the recipes in the book. My daughter, she's about to go to college. So I'm going to be so sad. So she's got a great palate. So we tried all the recipes together, came up with stuff on our own. And then some of them are just traditional. That's a French 75, so it's more of a traditional recipe. And then we just tweaked it a little bit. She loves lavender, so we tweaked it to make it a lavender French 75. So just playing in the kitchen, really just having a good time. It was really fun.
It's been so nice to catch up. Anything else you'd like to mention?
So thank you for having me. It's so good to see you. I think if you're listening and you're questioning your drinking or you have the head noise, just be encouraged that both Janet and I never in a million years thought we'd be sitting here 10 years sober, almost 5 years sober, like never. And you might be thinking, there is no way I could ever do this. And we promise you, if we can do it, so can you. If we can do it, so can you. So there's hope.